We change culture and just want to live in what is the thing today. We don't care about having the right character. We just want to live for the ride, and we never come to Christ, and we never end up knowing how it is to be his bride. This word is not about me, it is about him. This has been a long journey. I thought I would never see the end, but I just need to keep focusing on to keep pleasing him. My hope and confidence kept on shifting to the right and left. I put in that outfit, appearance, performance, that guy, and people. It says a man might make his plans. The Lord determines his steps, while I was a puppet doing what I thought people would be pleased with, and believing what the enemy said I was every day until the word made me not live in secrets. You can do you in the dark, but once the light turns on, you are all exposed. You cannot be ready, but you can't hide from the truth. We all have a choice, but your life will show by the roots. Jesus didn't compromise for you, he gave it all for you. So why is it so hard to let go of your hang-ups? But believe me, if you don't let go of what he tells you to, you will never experience all the blessings and all the beauty and all the purity. I don't say this because I was always a saint. I say this because I have failed and failed him. I know that sin blinds you. We think it feels good, but we are not free. Whatever you choose first from him, you are a slave to. I have chose sin before my God. It took me longer to get to this place because I didn't always listen to him. I let the enemy deceive me that God no longer has a plan for me. But just like when you turn on the light, all darkness leaves, that's what he's done for me. Even though he wasn't happy with everything I've done, he saw past my ignorance. Because I was someone who used to be chained, but the same God who was with me is the same God who died for me, so I won't be the same. See, when we're given life and we think it's all ours, believe me, I know about mistakes and temptation. If you knew all of my mistakes, you would run in the other direction. Because I have settled for less because I didn't believe I deserved God's best. But he saw my worth when I didn't. I used to pay for my mistakes. I tried to earn his love. I thought my good works would make me win favor with his love. But then that means he didn't pay it all. That means what he did on the cross wasn't enough for my mistakes. I thought my mistakes are too big for him. I always walked in fear, shame, and guilt and condemnation. I always felt guilty because all the things people did made me feel filthy. So I always made an excuse to the Father that I'm not worthy. See, this society has a program, but it's new on what we should do. You learn to follow your heart and your feelings. I've done that instead of following the conviction of the Holy One. I wasn't obedient until I saw he was the only one. If you really knew me back then, and my past, you know it is only him who changed me. It doesn't make sense who I was then and now. I was a slave to lust, fear, man, and curses. I was someone who was always bound until he came and I was finally found. I'm not bound to the man or lies from the enemy because that's not who God created me to be. What I couldn't believe inside is God who created everything and knew me before time began in the womb and knew everything I was going to do, and he still loved me. I kept failing, but he still wants me. Deception is what makes us not see true life. It makes us not see the light. It makes us not see the answer. It makes us not see him. The only one who can set us free, that can set us all, fix it all. See, most of us don't want to face him. We say we aren't ready to give it all to him. But when you do, you will be free. The enemy is the deceiver that makes you think there's nothing for you. But why do you keep listening to someone who is against you? See, I had to realize who is for me. Once you see who is for you, it doesn't matter who is against you. You have hope, you have a future. Broken things can be made beautiful. Mistakes don't define who you are. How people treat you don't define who you are. He isn't looking at who you are now. He's looking at the one in the future if you answer his call. You were made for love. He is love. I don't regret it all because through it all, God used me to be a testimony for you all. See, not everyone will believe me or him. They can't see him, so they reject me because I love him. See, we might not see all the signs of his coming, but believe it or not, he is coming. So I know I can't give up, and I just need to keep giving this heart so he can change me. I have doubted and feared, but I'd rather be obedient to his lead than to listen to an opinion of man. And no, I can't quiet down because I used to be someone who was always down until he came, and now I feel alive. Because the enemy always had me chained to lies and fear until I met the Son. His love is so deep that he sweat blood for me. See, you might not take me serious, but this blood is what cleansed me. I know there are so many people that would rather turn to other things in this world to numb themselves and just want to quickly be at ease, but he is the only one who set me free. Sometimes things don't make sense and we don't know how our life is going to play out. But like Solomon told us, how you don't know how the breath of life enters the limbs of a child within its mother's womb, you don't understand how God who made everything works. So stop trying to figure everything out and trust the one who created you from the dirt with his hands and gave you his best to show you how much you're worth. Like Paul said, I want to forget what's behind me and press on to what is ahead of me. I can't change what's back there, but he has a big reputation of healing the broken. See, I know this is true love. This love got me through to be in front of you. I would have gave up and walked away from him a long time ago, but I know he is the one. He is the only one who will get me through. So if you think this is the end, then think again. And no, time doesn't heal all wounds, only God can. Even though there was sin and pain in me, Christ still wasn't finished with me. He saw me and saw a mighty champion warrior that will kill the darkness and lead others safely to the light. He uses the foolish to show his glory. So no matter what comes my way, I want to keep representing his name because he's the author and finisher of my story.